Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So poops, I'm currently in Penang right now after a long train ride. And well, as I hinted at the start of this video, today let's talk about Yeye culture. Bit of a drama in the Angkatan Tentera Malaysia recently, aka the Malaysian military, because it turns out that a couple of members of our men in uniform have been taking part in what we call Yeye culture. And when we say Yeye, it doesn't mean like grandfather in Chinese. No, apparently it is the Gen Z version of party. Basically, videos just started surfacing of girls getting brought into army camps, drinks, potential hookups. And before you know it, people started messaging Caprice Daddy Cap saying, yo, can you start talking about this? Because our army's morality is falling down into the drain. So yeah, social media is exploding. Like a bunch of people are going out there with their hashtag moralism, being all like, how can the ones meant to protect our country be doing things like this? Do you not have any jati, diri? And sure, like to a degree I understand that. Like if you have a military where people are drinking, partying till late at night while taking in taxpayer dollars, obviously people are gonna object because you expect the army to be disciplined, people to shave their heads and to be fighting for the country. Hashtag upstanding, hashtag warriors. Some people might say that, well, if you're in the military, then, you know, you can't blame them. They must be so lonely and stuff like that. Although I'm not gonna defend that moral failing because it's actually pretty sus behavior. But for me, it mainly hits because like the worry is that if you're running an army and you're having these kinds of parties out there, then there's the question of like, what are you doing to get the money for that kind of party? But more importantly, if we're having parties like that, it just makes you wonder, right? Like, is it making our military weak? Are we actually able to defend against an attack from a foreign country or to take initiative in the event that we are actually in a situation of danger? You know, when you start looking at the military and you look at this kind of situation and also the controversies with the defense procurements and stuff like that, it just makes you wonder. But you know, possibly like the most worrying thing about all of this is the way that Angkatan Tentera Malaysia responded to all of this. They did a whole bunch of internal reviews saying, oh, you know, that this doesn't reflect the values of our military. That's absolutely not what we do. And before you know it, then there they are with religious classes, spiritual programs, thinking to themselves, oh, that's gonna be the solution to everything. And I'm like, bro, what? You think a religious class and spirituality classes are gonna help you? I mean, well, none of you religious beforehand. I find it hilarious that some of y'all actually think that you're gonna solve the problem by going out there and forcing people to go out for these kinds of religious classes. And how do you know that the religious classes are actually helping? Somehow it feels to me that whenever we have situations like this, our default solution is to go to simple stopgap measures like this. It's kind of like almost something that started from our SPM days when we were always told that the solution to everything and anything out there in the world, whether cancer, deforestation, and now apparently Yeye culture, is to menjalankan campaign. If menjalankan campaign and having spirituality classes day in and day out was all you needed to actually reform our military to make it strong and fighting level strength, then I think that we wouldn't have this problem in the very first place. I think that the entire country would already be on track to being a high income country. But no, for all our campaigns, for all the education, for all the ways that we've told SPM students to write menjalankan campaign as their ultimate solution, it hasn't actually worked. So I really hope that we're gonna be able to go out there and do something a little bit better than that. I mean, come on, ATM. Like, do a full-on internal audit or review right there. And preferably, there will be other bodies that are not just ATM checking ATM, because otherwise you're just going to end up with a whole own self check own self, which is also where, by the way, politicians come in and have a role in pushing for accountability. Unless, of course, they are the ones who are casually bringing the problem forward. Either way though, the Yeye culture thing, for me it's like, the main problem is not really the morality thing, although it's not really like ideal, but I really do think that you need at the end of the day to have a strong military, and that is the main goal of the ATM. Nothing else can compromise it. I can accept other deviations away from that out there, But if you're telling me that religious classes are the solution to everything out there, I'll be like, please lah, come on. But anyway, what do you think, Sapoops? Do you think religious classes are enough to fix our little Yeye problem and the problems of our military? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.